Okay, I'm here, Reno P, infiltrated, UBC campus in the middle of the snake pit, but not really. Joined with me today is Mr. Jared Wong, also
Hello.
goes by Wongtime, I believe.
In the FGC community.
Okay, good. And yeah, so we're just gonna get a little bit of info from Jared about, how living in Vancouver's been and his community involvement, and yeah, we'll go from there. So, Jared, you're like what? How old are you now?
18.
Okay.
18.
And how long have you been living in Vancouver?
Well, I've been here all my life. I've never lived anywhere else. Just always been in Vancouver.
Were you born here?
I was born here.
Oh, you were born in Vancouver.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you've been here all your life. Have you been outside of the country to different places? Traveled at all?
Yes, I have. It's not extensively, but generally, I guess like gone to like Europe, Japan,
Europe, Japan.
stuff like that. Nothing too crazy, I guess.
Okay. So yeah, I guess how has I mean obviously you're 18. Like I can't really. I'm not sure in terms of your experiences in the city, but how has living in here been? Like in education, people,
I've
communities.
Well, I mean, it's hard for me to say it, me being only like generally here, but like I felt Vancouver as a whole just was very what's the word I'm looking for here? It was very accepting. Like
Accepting.
you can be a lot of things, and no one really judged you too much for that.
Okay.
And I've heard things from other people saying that
Really?
this place was like the least like kind of religious kind of area around in Canada.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
it just reminds me of just somewhere that's super like you can there's a lot of diversity, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Yeah. So going on that, like, yeah, how is like living in general? Like, I mean,
Besides the standard of living being
nowadays.
kind of ridiculous, I think it's been pretty good.
Yeah,
It's been pretty good.
I mean, there's a whole generation between you and me. We'll go into how much of a generation gap, but
Yeah.
I mean, growing up for you must have been different for me. Like, which school did you go to? Elementary, I guess.
So there's a school in Burnaby called Seafood Elementary.
And you're based mainly in Burnaby. Like,
I'm based mostly in Burnaby, yeah, but there's no universities in Burnaby, so came up here in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that generally Burnaby and Vancouver are generally pretty interchangeable.
It's a really
I mean, when people ask where I'm from, I mean, I could say Vancouver, and I guess like I wouldn't be lying too much about like
no, of course not.
at all.
Metro Vancouver again is a big term, as I've said in previous episodes. But for now, like you're studying at UBC right now.
Yes.
And then you're staying on the residence.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. But you went to elementary school in Burnaby.
Yes.
And high school as well.
High school was generally Burnaby. I think it was literally at the border of like Burnaby and U.S. Minster.
Oh, which high school did you go to?
It was a private school
Burnaby?
called St. Thomas More Collegiate.
Oh, STM. Wow.
Yes.
Dang.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Wow. Okay. And then you made the leap to UBC.
Yes. Sorry.
No. Was there like any specific reason you wanted to go to UBC for business or?
Well, like my entire family went to UBC.
Okay.
Like literally my entire family. My parents, my brother, all went to UBC. So I kind of was expected to come in a sense, but I mean like that wasn't really like I guess you could say that wasn't really like a big factor for me. It was just kind of like convenience, location.
It's like
how exactly ranking,
kind
of stuff like that. It was just
okay. So your parents also went to UBC as well?
Yes.
Yes. They were. Like, how long have they been? Like, were they here? First generation, second generation?
So my on my dad's side, they've been here since the Chinese helped build the railroad. So his family's been here in Canada for a very long time. And on my mom's side, my mom is literally the first in her family line to be here.
Okay, yeah.
So.
And they met at university or something?
Yeah, they met at university.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the rest is history.
Yeah.
You have a brother who also goes to UBC?
Yes.
Okay. And is there any reason so you're in school of Sauders?
Yes.
Which can you tell me a little bit about that? What is Sauders?
So it's like the business extension of UBC. It's just called Sauder here. And overall, you can tell that the experience and the faculty here is very well funded. The classrooms are not just classrooms. There's some classrooms with like mics and stuff installed in every table.
Oh, so like they're for like
yeah, they're literally for
conference.
business. Yeah, exactly. They're for business, and I found that the program itself has really helped, um, uh, like
shape,
kind of help the students, progress in their careers or know what they want to do. There's a lot of opportunities around, and
like they're presented for you to like
yes,
work,
exactly,
like your work experience, or like
there's a lot of like it's not, you don't have to look too far to find things.
To find hands-on
to find
experience.
Like opportunities for work experience or opportunities to lead clubs or create clubs.
Really, okay.
It's very accessible for
really?
every student to try to find that. And
I didn't know such things. Wow.
Yeah, and I mean
go
like
to Sauders if you want to do that kind of thing.
and like although I mean like Sauder has a reputation of being like business snakes, I found that
snakes.
Yeah, I found that for a business school compared to like some of my other friends who's experience in other business schools maybe around the area, like SFU, that we actually have a stronger community.
Okay. Could you like they're more tight knit or like
they
help each other?
Yeah, and we help each other, and
a lot of connection.
Yeah, kind of like things like that. And what I've noticed is that like, because I mean as a joke obviously they call each other snakes, but like it's
snacks.
But like.
Oh, nice people here.
I think people kind of accept that, and then because of that, there's just no like no one's doing things in the background kind of thing. Like no one's pretending to have a fake face sometimes, because you just
it's accepted. Right?
It's accepted. Yeah, exactly. I've heard some stories of like SFU's business school where people are kind of like backstabbing.
BD business.
Yeah, and
super competitive.
Exactly.
What I hear. Yeah.
Exactly, and it's funny and it's weird at the same time that this kind of comparison.
I mean, is that not the business world?
That's true.
I mean, it's kind of almost counterintuitive, I would think. I'm not sure. What was that quote you told me when you first took a business course about the ethic thing? Do you remember what that was?
Yeah. So it doesn't matter if you can't be ethical, appear ethical, and as cynical as that sounds, it's extremely true though.
In the business world, maybe not just the business world, but also other.
I mean, to make them not sound as bad, I mean, like they do advocate for being ethical, like 100%. They advocate for being like ethical, resourceful, kind of like using not polluting or like that.
At least in this day and age,
but if it's not at all possible, sometimes
then you have to at least make it look like.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's a pretty interesting. And that was like your first.
That was my first class
ever.
Yes.
At UBC.
That was my first business class. Yeah, and that's what they told me.
Okay. So any reason you picked Sauders, like?
Generally I am not really sure what I want to do. And
it's a safe pick.
Yeah,
I think,
it's weird. It's weird for me to go into a field like that when I had no idea what I wanted to do. I still don't. But business as a whole, I felt like it gave me the opportunity to kind of work in multiple fields, just in a different way.
Okay, could you elaborate on that?
Like, even for science students, even if I'm not the one conducting the experiments or proving the theories or whatever, I can always be marketing them, or I can always be managing them. And that's what I feel like business lets me do.
It lets you kind of get your hands into different, pools without actually delving too deep.
Like, you could think about it as every faculty needs some sort of marketing business sense.
They need a PR guy.
Yeah, exactly. And, doesn't matter what kind of company it is, right? Like, you need the PR guy, you need the guy running, you need the guy running the operations, you need the guy, maybe doing the accounting. Advertising. You still need that guy. And that's why I really am interested in the field. It's so versatile.
Versatile, yeah, and it was a way to make a lot of connections, even if you're not like, heavily invested into those fields. You could have some kind of connection to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and how's that experience going? So this is what your first. This is the end of your first.
This is the end of my first year, so I don't have too much experience for a lot of my time is spent.
Well, but how's it been so far?
I think it's been pretty good. You
enjoying the university life?
Yeah.
Living on your own?
Yeah, definitely. It's been really different experience.
Yeah,
but I feel like
fresh out of high school,
done okay adapting to it, to the new environment completely. But
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you're pretty busy bouncing around exams and midterms and report and what's it, essays and stuff. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. You seem to be like a pretty studious guy. Like,
maybe.
Well,
I hope so.
Yeah, you're not one of those guys who just cram last minute. You seem to have pretty proper study habits when you're not up at those hours doing other things.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you seem to be on top and have your priorities. And for a guy of your age, I think it's a really good example. Because I was always cynical, but like, oh, young people nowadays don't know. But then you came across, I'm like, oh, this one guy, he's a really positive attitude. Works hard. Yeah, I mean, we'll see in 10 years or after you graduate, maybe be some kind of haggard guy.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, but so like UBC, obviously like living on campus, it's a pretty big campus.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, but like luckily you live pretty close to your classes.
Despite being as huge as it is, I'm pretty secluded in like a small area at UBC anyways, because
secluded,
yeah.
Okay.
Saw the building most of my life anyways, right? So
yeah, so I mean that's a school life, and it's kind of it's it is what it is, right? You're here to study mainly, and hopefully find a career out of it.
Yeah.
Just going back to just living in this city, is there anything that stands out to you in terms of just culture in general?
Well, I mean, as an Asian, there's a lot of Asians around. I'm not trying to like stereotype in that sense, but like there's a comfortability for me to have that many Asians.
That face.
Yeah.
It's a melting pot, right?
Yeah.
In the city, there's a lot of different.
I mean, but like, I felt like I've had a lot of different like friends in like not Asian, right? Like,
going through. I'm
trying to. I really don't want to sound like
generalizing.
Yeah, generalizing here. And I've had a lot of friends, and a lot of them are like into the same things I am. It's really hard to say. Like as a Canada as a whole, I haven't found many like. There's very big cliques.
Okay. There's a lot of overlap.
There's a lot of exactly. There's a lot of overlap, right? There's a lot of people sharing the same interests, but it's never due to like racial or religious kind of backgrounds at all. Well, they come from experience.
Well, I mean, yeah, they come from like subculture interests, right?
Exactly.
Not necessarily cultural, but like you have it obviously. You have a lot of things influenced by different cultures. Like you just look at our food, right? It's like everything's a fusion nowadays.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like that 10 years ago. And you kind of growing up, I guess, when what you call the internet age, I guess.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah. So you're like 18 now, and then long time ago when I was starting out, doing whatever, internet wasn't as it is now, right? Would you say that plays a big part in connecting communities nowadays?
It's for sure changed the dynamic of how like everything works. Like although I'm young and most of my life is the internet age, I mean I do remember the few times when internet was just kind of like no one really used it, but it was like
I mean you would be around for that.
Yeah, it was so like the progress that's made between that and now has really changed the structure of how schools are run, in my opinion, stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
for
going back to what you were saying about keeping the community, like community-wise, it's really strengthened a lot of bonds for me.
Okay. How so? Like just by keeping in contact?
Yeah, being able to keep in contact. Being able to just reach out to people whenever.
At a convenience.
At the convenience, and whenever it's convenient for you, and whenever it's convenient for them to, respond back, right? And that has really helped me. I mean, like, I switched a lot of schools around. Like I said, I went to, school in Burnaby, and on the other side of Burnaby, and then all the way here, and never in those changes, I really kept the same people. Like I never like stick with the same people with all the transitions, and the internet has really let me be able to contact them still, or at least kind of see how they're doing.
Yeah. Through I guess like whatever Facebook, Twitter, other social media.
Exactly. No, so I think it's been good. I think it's been really good in that sense, at least. I mean, there's obviously like the other.
There's another side to
issues,
the internet nowadays.
But it's really made things very convenient and very easily like. There's like no repercussions to reaching out.
Well, I don't know about. Yeah,
I mean, like, I guess reaching out to like people I used
that you want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like your friends or family, because nowadays a lot of people, not just in Vancouver, but I guess many parts of the world, have some kind of smartphone, digital device, right?
Yeah.
And on that they have like some kind of communication line that they can use, right, to keep in touch. So nowadays it's like more and more prominent. So yeah, I can see why you mean by it's. Yeah, you can just talk to people at any time, whenever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the digital age of technology. Yeah, so it's gonna bring that back to the snek memes, being here at Sauders. Could you explain a little bit, like, I mean, I had a rough idea of what it meant, but could you mind telling me what you know about that and how
So it's kind of like, the reason the snek thing is because, like, business students in general, at least what people perceive business students as, are like, like backstabbing, kind of slithering around kind of thing, like kind of, like.
Snakes are associated with evil.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Do you know that the whole?
Oh yeah.
The whole Garden of Eden.
Yes. Yeah.
Snake. Okay.
Yeah. So generally, I don't know too much really besides that.
I just wanted to make sure it was a thing because I didn't want to make assumptions.
No, it's 100% a thing.
That Sauders students are snakes, or
like I said earlier, there's been stories of Sauders students going into art courses, for electives and being like called snakes and stuff like that. Right. It's not like a.
Is it a derogatory term? Would you say?
For some, yes. For others, no. I know people who don't care or embrace it. They'll call themselves snakes.
But like you said, they're more accepting. It's like that's just kind of what it is.
Like I'm one of those people who you call me a snake, cool. Like
Which is kind of funny because it kind of double dips into your other persona.
Exactly.
Right? Another thing that you're associated with. So.
But I know people who get really it's really derogatory for them.
Yeah, I mean, of course you get different people who are not as thick-skinned or like as tolerant towards.
Or it's a huge insult to be called, something like that.
Yeah, I mean that's understandable.
Yeah, exactly. Like I completely get it.
And I mean you especially, like whenever we're talking, those talk so much smack about each other online, but you don't seem to be a guy who takes things personally. In that regard.
No, I try not to.
Yeah, and I think that's good, especially like not to get like instantly, I guess jump at every provocation or provoked at any moment. I think it's a healthier attitude to go about things. Okay, so I guess you're kind of wrapping up your first year here at UBC, right? Soon, a couple months or in 2 months.
In a month. This is about a month. Really? About a month. I think we have around early April, really early April.
Okay, and your plans in summer are just
try to get some work, get some money to pay for my tuition, stuff like that.
Your next semesters and moving forth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun for sure. Okay, so let's go to the other side of what boy. So there's a lot of things. The fighting game community seems to be up and coming in this city. I mean, it's been around for a while, but well, I mean, let's just kind of go back. Like, you were a gamer. You were always a gamer, or how'd that work out?
For a long time, I've played a lot of games.
Since I was
really young.
Like 2?
No,
three,
it's impossible. 3 something. I haven't. My mom likes to show around this picture to like family where there's like a picture of me playing on a Game Boy Color when I was like 2 or 3. I can't remember.
Oh, Game Boy Color when you're 2. Oh man.
Yeah. So something like that.
Game Boy Color, remember that?
So I mean, I guess I don't recall those obviously, but I guess my origin started right there.
Okay, yeah, that's
give or take, but I mean
that was the beginning of the snake.
That was the beginning of the end.
Yeah. Okay. And then like you moved on to what? Would you play games in like elementary school and high school? Or
yes.
Something?
So I mean, like I'm pretty sure like I don't know. It was a generic phase to kind of play like start when internet started becoming a thing. Like Flash games were like
becoming a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. The Flash games were like really accessible, right?
Yeah.
Because they were just everywhere.
Right? On a website.
Yeah, that was something I did a lot. Moved on to console gaming, then PC, and then now I'm back to console gaming, I guess.
Yeah. So, you were like a Smash player, or would you associate with yourself with them?
So I didn't become a Smash player until 2 years ago.
So when you were like 16 in high school?
Yeah. So 2 or 3 years ago, which is weird. I don't play anymore, but.
How did you come across that scene or that community?
So when Smash 4 came out,
okay.
I played like the Bro and I played Melee.
Mm-hmm. I just like with your friends.
Yeah. I didn't play it like competitively or anything like that. But like so I picked it up. I heard it was pretty good, and I met one of my friends in high school who still plays Smash 4.
Okay.
Competitively, and he picked up the game, and then we made a friendship through playing Smash 4, and eventually
on the 3DS.
On the 3DS.
When
it came on 3DS.
So that's right. It came on that first.
Yeah. So when when it came for Wii U, it was kind of like we want to go a bit more than just
fighting each other and like for funsies.
And then we got some other my other friends who joined in
from high school.
Yeah, and then that's how I got into the Smash community for that.
Oh, like you found the community, or like you had your own clique?
We had our own clique, and then as a group we went out to like the bigger ones, like the ones that already existed.
The bigger ones, like such as where, like.
So like Vancouver Street Battle was a big one.
Was it? So you okay?
Yeah.
Back when it was where at Eastpont or in Burnaby?
It was back in Burnaby, yes.
Oh,
it was
you were there.
I was there, yes.
Really? Oh, I never. Okay.
I did not go that much for like the first year I started playing Smash 4, because meeting new people was like.
Socially awkward guy.
Yeah, obviously.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, so I didn't go there for a while, but then I ended up there, and then I went for like some. I mean, Vancouver seems to have a few Smash majors.
Yeah, there's quite a few tournaments for that scene here.
Yeah, so I went to those, and then I recently stopped. But
yeah, I mean, to go in a different, not a different direction altogether, but a different direction nevertheless. So how did you find out about Vancouver Street Battle?
I believe that one of my friends in high school went, or I searched it up. I think it was
one of the two.
I think it was a combination, one of the two, or a combination of both.
That introduced you to that side.
Introduced me to that.
The underside, the dark, the dark side. Well, not necessarily. I can't remember. Like, Smash was run on a different day than other games.
It was run on
like Sundays or Thursdays or something, or Wednesdays.
It was on a weekend. It was a weekend and a weekday night. I cannot remember for the life of me. They have changed the schedule since then.
I mean, clearly that venue
is
no longer there.
And I don't recall.
Times have changed.
I do not recall.
Okay, and your parents were totally cool with it. Hey, Mom, Dad, I'm going to go out and play video games.
Oh, of course not.
So what did you have to like sneak out or like?
No, I actually did not. I did not, but it was an overtime process, and I guess over time they realized that this is. Obviously, as long as it doesn't get in the way of my schoolwork, kind of thing, it isn't, it mattered to me, right? It was something I enjoyed.
Something like something keeps you.
Although the venue itself was a little sketchy for them, so I mean, like, I can understand.
Oh, did they like drive you there and they'd be like, "What is this place?"
Yeah, it was like a warehouse or something.
I mean, it was nice when you got in.
Yeah, it was really friendly when I got. I got that, like, although on the outside it looked like, oh god, like, am I gonna get mugged here?
Oh yeah.
But then when I would go in, it had way better atmosphere, definitely outside, and you could feel it.
There was like all the cool guys in there,
Yeah,
all the people
I mean, I guess over time my parents kind of like accepted it.
Well, you're a grown man-ish. You're like 18 now. You're living on your own, making most of your own decisions. Right?
I mean, like also I went with friends too, so I guess they were a little bit lessened up because of that. So
yeah, because I can imagine like, my 16-year-old son is going out in the middle of nowhere to go play video games. With people I don't know. And,
So I mean, it made it better because I mean, my parents knew my high school friends, right? So it's like, you're going with them. I mean, I guess it's okay, right?
I mean, and you never leave You'd go home at like, what, 9, 10 at the latest?
Probably something like that. That sounds about right. I could drive back then, right? Or like, it wasn't, so like, I would drive there maybe. So like, they wouldn't be too bad. They'd get worried of like taking the bus at that time around that area. But like, if I'm driving, I mean, they usually like chill a bit.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you got home safe, because you live in like the Burnaby-ish area, and that's also in Burnaby, but like kind of like the other side of Burnaby,
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then from there, So we're gonna, go into Blazblue now,
Okay, so
our game. So how did you make that transition?
Okay, so this is actually a process because I actually bought a PS4 off my friend.
Right. Okay.
As an impulsive buy because I really like Project Diva.
Okay, no, that's respect. That's
so
a good game. It's
I
interesting way to
literally
make
bought
money
it.
off music. You don't even make yourself in
Yeah.
the game, but
yeah. So my friend didn't want a PS4, right? At all.
Oh, you
it was a bad purchase in his opinion. So I got a really good deal on it when I got it from him.
Nice. I did the same thing.
Yeah. So I got it off him, and then one of my high school friends suggested that like, hey, you should if you buy Guilty Gear, play with
Exert.
Yes. So well, Guilty Gear period, and I'll get into that. What happened after that is, so I saw it and I was like, I've never played a fighting in my life, like a 2D fighter. The only fight I've ever played is Final Smash. I've never ever played 2D fight in my life, and this was this wasn't even a year ago when this happened actually.
Wow. And you're playing at this level? Holy moly! This guy's
it hasn't even been a year. I think it was last April.
Oh,
April.
Holy.
I think it was April when this happened, where I bought the PS4. Just whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then my friend told me like, if you buy Guilty Gear, I'll play it with you, kind of thing. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever, right? It's $80. I'm like, holy,
$80.
I guess, yeah, on the store at least at this time.
It must have been like Rev 2.
It was Rev.
It was Rev.
Yeah. So I picked it up, and Guilty Gear XR Rev graphics
they're the bomb, right?
They were crazy. Never seen anything like it before in my life.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was crazy. It was amazing. And then
Arc systems could work usually.
Yeah. So and then I would bring my PS4 to school and stuff like that.
To school?
Yeah. That's where I trained Smash. I never owned the Wii U.
Okay. So like you're talking about like SDM.
Yes.
You had like a TV in there.
Yes.
Is like a club room?
No, we played all in the band. Our band teacher was really nice, and he just let us kind of like practice. Like he knew we competed. He let us scrim in his band room.
And you had like a flat screen in there?
Yeah.
Huh.
We had two monitors.
So you're part of the band?
Yeah.
Okay, high school band until grade 12?
Yes.
You go on crazy field trips?
Generally. Went to Disneyland once.
Oh, what did you play?
I played alto saxophone.
Wow, me too. That was nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, so your band teacher let you set up in his band room.
Yes.
After school hours, lunchtime, or before school?
Well, because we were in grade 12, we all had a spare, right?
Okay.
So the days that we didn't actually have band because we worked on like a
day 1, day 2?
Yeah. No, it's a little bit different. So we had 5 blocks a day. We have 8 blocks in total.
5 blocks a day?
So 5 blocks a day, 8 blocks in total. And
throughout
we just
the year?
alternate. Yeah, throughout the year. So we just alternate. So like the first 5, and then we take the last 3, and then the first 2 of the day before.
And they would continue every day throughout the year.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, so that was our system. So.
But you had a spare block.
Yes.
And it all aligned with your friends.
For generally what happened is that for whatever block we had if we didn't have band that day, usually we would have one setup or 2 setups, like if we had a Wii U setup and a PS4 setup, just set up in the room the entire day, because what happens is that because my friends' spare blocks were always scattered, there was always someone I could trust in that room watching the stuff, or if they were playing.
Okay.
So there was always someone like in that room.
Really?
Yes.
So is it so it was a band room, or is it like a room within the band room?
No, it's like a band room.
It was just vacant?
Yes. On days that there wasn't band. But then the thing is,
really,
people knew that we played, so they didn't touch our stuff usually, and they knew like if the setup was there, they just figured like, okay.
I mean, it's a private school. I should have hoped so, but.
Yeah, but it was kind of like but then we always had someone there. Like we never.
There was no issue with
No, and then our band teacher was really chill with us playing, so even if we weren't there,
he was an awesome guy.
He would make sure the stuff isn't getting stolen.
Like, this is my students here.
Right. So I mean,
console one thing, but like instruments are not cheap either.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, he was in there. I mean, it was kind of, I guess it was give or take, because he could leave the room and not have to worry because we were in there.
That was the guy.
We were always in there. Right?
Okay, so you had a Wii U and a PS4.
Yes.
Okay, to play Smash and Exert.
Yes. So actually, going back to that, I played Guilty Gear. Obviously, I had no idea what I was doing. Never played 2D in my life.
And it's quite a transition from Smash.
Yeah, and funny thing is that my friend that said he would play it with me if I bought it was referring to the old Guilty Gears, the XX.
Oh, like Plus R.
Yes. And he
from
didn't.
The PlayStation
he liked
2.
Yeah. So he liked the sprites better, right? So he didn't really get into this Guilty Gear version. I felt kind of like, oh damn, like it's a shame. I bought the game.
You spent $80.
So I mean, like we still played it, right? But it wasn't like anything big that we did, right? We
didn't really get into it.
No, we didn't get really into it because of
the difference.
Yeah, but I mean, if you know TK, and that's actually how I met him.
Was it TK?
It wasn't TK, but it was not a friend, but TK.
Shout out to TK, wherever you are.
TK played Guilty Gear with me.
Exerd.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was around this time that I realized.
So he went to high school with you?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
So it was about this time when I found out that, I felt personally that I enjoyed Guilty Gear more than I enjoyed Smash because of the time you had to put into Guilty Gear to
do anything.
To do anything, right? Because with Smash. With Smash, let's say when Cloud came out with Smash, I don't know if anyone listening played Smash 4, but when Cloud came out with Smash...
Maybe one or two guys. Who knows?
I played Cloud, and I did not have fun because it was so easy.
So he was really privileged Ananga?
Yeah, he had giant buttons, it was really dumb in my opinion.
So he was cheap, and it felt like you weren't winning, but the Cloud was winning? Like the character was doing the work for you?
The thing is, after that... It could have been as simple as I want to just play a different character, but when I would try a different character, it just wouldn't be as fun because Cloud was a fun character for me. I enjoyed playing Cloud.
So
but then I also felt like
playing characters.
Yeah, exactly, right? And it just it kind of sucked. And Guilty Gear was something where the character design was cool, the music was amazing, and it took time, and I felt like my efforts were being rewarded. Because
by the time you spent, it would come up as visible in some way.
Yeah, and then when I would play TK or something, right? If he would beat me, I would be like, okay, I'm gonna practice this combo, and then I could come back and then be like, you win, right?
Take him for a ride,
yeah, because it would be like, it's just something that it kind of I worked hard for it, and it showed, and that's what I really liked about. I guess, I was kind of. I didn't know about other 2D fighters, so I assumed this was just the...
Guilty Gear was the penalty.
Ultimate. Yeah, so it was like, I felt like, the time I put into it, and there was benefit out of it,
Like you weren't just wasting your time.
Yeah, exactly. I worked really hard.
I mean, playing video games is a waste of time in general.
Yeah.
But in this regard, yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like you were working towards something, and you could see results show when you're playing TK. And that's the thing about having a rival, I guess, is that you play alongside someone. You each kind of get better each time you kind of beat each other, and you build something up. A friend of mine once said, "Steel sharpens steel," right?
Yeah.
Did you ever find that was the thing?
I did actually, and that's what really drove me to play Guilty Gear. But it was then we hit this pinnacle where. I was winning really bad. But the big thing was because TK didn't have Guilty Gear, right?
Okay, so he could only play it at school.
He could only play it at school, and it just I obviously enjoyed the game enough to want to play it all the time. That it would be such a gap, and what happened is that when I was watching some Guilty Gear videos on the channel, and then one day they posted a video of Blazblue on it. And I thought it was my mirrors, and I thought it was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life because you look at Guilty Gear graphics, and then you look at Blazblue graphics, and it's like, what happened?
Did they go back or something?
Yeah. So, but I did some research on the game, and there was one day when I was just bored and I was just on my phone, and I found it on Steam, and I told TK.
Blazblue. Central Fiction.
Yes. I told this was June.
Holy moly.
This was June, last June, so 2017 June.
And with the way you play now, that's insane. That's hard to believe.
You
must have been froze time and just trained, because the way you play is amazing. It really is.
So, I found those on Steam, and, TK had a computer, I had a computer, and we just found out, hey, this is a game that,
we can both
play, and we'll be able to train it, right? And the other thing is that my friend had a fight stick, and I wanted to always try fight stick.
Oh, so you were playing on pad the entire time?
I was playing on. I can still play Guilty Gear on pad, but it's funny. It's pretty funny. I can still play on pad, but
okay.
Yeah, but no. So my friend had a stick, right? But the PS3 stick.
A PS3 stick.
I didn't know that Legacy worked on PS4.
Yeah, well, for some games.
Yeah, so I would have played it on PS4, but I ended up not. So but then on PC, I could use the stick.
Yep.
So I was like, hey, this is cool. You know, I want to try using stick for once, right? So I picked
up. And your friend was a 2D player. He just had a stick.
He just had a stick. I mean, like he's generally good at most games, so he just had a stick.
Oh, okay, cool.
But yeah, so so I managed to play with one stick, and I made the horrible mistake of trying to play Hazama my first day.
Was that a mistake though? Was it really?
Not now though.
Yeah, not now.
But as a player who had no experience in 2D fighters, no experience in Blazes, I picked out one of the most technical characters, and my friend TK picked up mine.
Did he?
Yes.
I didn't. I never knew that.
On the very first day, and that was the most depressing. Oh damn! I've never wanted to quit Blazblue so hard in my life.
You know, that's
having someone who never played Hazama before, playing someone who's never played Mai before. Even if the person playing Mai doesn't know how to play Mai, the Hazama gets blown up. It's a very hard enough as it is, and we don't.
Yeah, I mean, when you're starting at the ground level, yeah. I mean, I'll admit I also played Mai initially to try and figure out how to beat her. Yeah. I just ended up liking her, but
that made me. That was really rough for me. That was super.
Hazama versus Mai, and as an impression, it wasn't very good.
No, but what changed it was, I couldn't. Being the person that I am, I couldn't accept losing to him like that. Especially since I could beat him in like everything else. I couldn't accept losing to him on that one. So I worked really hard, and I don't remember what happened, but we made a bet one day that you know,
a gentleman's bet.
Yeah. That we made a bet one day where we would play Guilty Gear, Smash 4, and Blazblue, and basically each would play a set, and you basically best 2 games out of 3, as in like
each game.
So you know, if you won 2 games, you won the bet, kind of thing, right?
Okay.
So I sat there and I made a decision, which I could either train my Smash 4 to make sure I beat him in Smash 4, and train my Guilty Gear because I was already better than him in Guilty Gear. I could train those 2 games and guarantee the win, or I could be a huge asshole and try to destroy his morale by winning in Blazblue. And I chose Blazblue.
Okay. And this was at the end of high school.
Yeah. So the day the bet happened, what happened is that I don't exactly remember what happened, but we called off the bet, but we just were playing Blazblue casuals. And I've never beat TK, right? But the day that we played Blazblue casuals, on the day of the bet, I beat him in a set.
In Blazblue?
Yes.
With Hazama?
Yes.
On a pad stick?
On a stick.
On a stick.
Yes.
Oh, that was the birth of a god.
And after that, it was like, oh my god, what did I achieve for actually this game?
What have you done? You've awakened.
Yeah. And then during the summer, actually, he went back. He's an international student, right? So he went back to China, and I just felt really like I lost my stomach fight there, right?
Oh no.
And so because of that, I found out that Anime Revolution, the anime convention here in Vancouver,
which is a couple times a year now.
Yes, ran Blazblue had a Blazblue tournament.
Who ran it?
I believe
Joey Six? Canadian Joey Six?
Yes, I think so.
Jackson?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. And ironically, or really luckily, I guess, I had that one day off because during that time I was finishing up my piano degree.
Yo, what?
Piano degree.
Oh, piano for teaching?
It's like a the Royal Conservatory.
What? Really?
Yes.
Oh.
So I was finishing it up.
My goodness.
And so I had a practice concert.
Yeah.
The day before, and
the day before any Revo.
Yes. So I made a consensus with my mom saying I really want to go because I really want to try myself at this Blazblue tournament because why not, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then I made a consensus with my mom that if I did well enough in the practice concert that I would have passed my concert, then my piano teacher was there, right, to let me know if I was going to pass or not, right?
Oh. Okay.
If I did good enough, then that she would let me go.
Okay.
To compete. So I luckily did well enough. And then I went to AniRev, and that's where I met Kairos.
Okay.
And
the Snake King himself.
Yes. And then the rest is history. So introduced me to VSB, and
is that how it went?
That's how it went.
That's how the connection went, because Kairos, it's been around for a while. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, no, I'm not ancient, because he's still a young guy. But so like, did you meet other people in the community, like from the VSB and from the community at any Revo?
Those two people I met that really changed my entire life, like completely. And I think like. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like a small change. Like I think this is one of the biggest.
It opened another direction.
I think this is one of the biggest changes I've ever had in my life, and it hasn't even been a year. It hasn't been a year, and I feel like this is like the biggest change I've ever made in my life. Mm-hmm. I met two people there. So one was Kairos, which was light, and the other was Deb. So it was that day that I met Deb. Which really opened me up to learning how to open myself up to talking to people.
Really?
Yes, it was that day.
Well, shout outs to Deb. Hopefully we can get you on this podcast sometime.
No, it was that day that I felt that I was comfortable enough to, converse with other people.
Approach people and just kind of, shoot the breeze.
And then, obviously, me and Kairos, like,
being the god that he is at the
snake. I mean, he taught me everything about Hazama that I know. Right?
So just to clarify, Hazama is a character in Blazblue who, is a stylish guy, and it revolves around using a certain animal, a green,
great looking,
serpent-like, known for his play style, which is also a pretty sneaky snake.
Anyways, so I met Kairos. So I mean. We'll start with Kairos first, because Kairos has been really, really
influential.
Big influence in my life right now. So, he taught me everything I knew about everything. Okay. I mean, he's considerably the best Hazama in North America, so I'm learning literally.
Whoa, and now you're the prodigal son.
Yeah, so he taught me everything I know. Everything I know. Everything I know about Blaze, not just Hazama, but everything I know about Blazblue. I've learned from him.
Your mentor.
He also introduced me to the Vancouver Street
Battle, Vancouver scene,
which is Vancouver local scene. Even though he's not even like local.
Yeah, he's in Vancouver Island.
Yes, which is not
not the mainland. He's not on the mainland, unfortunately.
But and he introduced me there, which I met a lot of people from.
Yeah, and I met you shortly after. Yeah, like, I came back from my trip and I was like, "Who's this young guy?"
Yeah,
and we never played that day, unfortunately. No. But then quickly you saw your abilities, just the way you play, it's amazing. I'm hard to believe this guy just started last April, and he's just a dominant style of play is amazing, really. By I would say even international standards. I played a lot of Hazamas overseas, but they're totally different from the way you play, and
I learned from the best, right?
Well, I mean, okay, Kairos is just a different story. It's funny because the first time I ever played him was actually online when you made a room.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've actually seen him around. I never really talked to him much, but because I was always away or whatever. But I mean, obviously I never made it that far in the bracket to face him either. But it was the first time.
Customer there.
Yeah, I mean the guy is also phenomenal, but. Yeah, the first time I ever played him was when you opened the room and hey,
crazy guy, right?
Okay, I guess I could play Kairos.
All the stories I'm sad, man. You can't deal with mine. You got wait till you see Kairos.
Yeah, that's
a whole nother story.
He is the Snake King for a reason. So obviously, yeah. So moving on. You not really moving on, but going forward, you went to VSB a couple times.
Yes.
And
so I mean,
consistently.
Whenever you can. Obviously, I don't want to leave anyone out, but. A lot of the VSB guys helped me a lot, with this process too. It wasn't just Kairos, but I mean, I have to give the shout mostly to Kairos because he's the one that opened the door for me to meet all these people.
And then Deb.
So yeah.
Because I would have never figured you were the not really.
So Deb was a different story, and I'll get to that. I'll get to that on the other side because Deb was an interesting one for me because that one changed my life in a different direction than fighting games.
Okay. Then I mean, I guess we can settle that in the next part. We'll take a break here, and then we'll cover that next part. Okay. Thank you so much.